make you feel it in your soul.
Got a body so sweet. Will you vibe with me? Let's go on a retreat. Somewhere we can just keep the mood on repeat. We can do it low key. We ain't getting no sleep. Girl, we staying up. You whisper like a record, babe.
What's up, everybody? If you coming in, come on in. I'm gonna share this live out. It is a late live. I'm gonna hurry up and get this on out the way so we can go ahead. If you guys see this, yes, I went live. Yes, I went live about our shows. I'm finna hurry up and get through this so I could go to bed. You guys can watch the replay. That's fine. Your girl is tired. They done drove me crazy today. I hope you guys had a great Tuesday. Honey, we are close to the weekend. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are excited and ready for it, honey. So I'm going to make this quick. We're going to run through because we got a lot of content this week. Now, Nene looks slim. Okay, Nene. Okay, let's get into last week, honey. We are close to Love doing Love After Lockup. So we're gonna holler at that in a minute. But let's get into the tea. Cause honey, I took that couple off. I'm gonna have to add them back. Okay, because I didn't think they were coming on this season, but they is. So let's go to Belle Collective, child. Let's get to it. So they get to the house. Everybody in love with the house. Now they're continuing. Hey, oh my gosh, DJ. Hold on, let me look it up. Hold on, I'm finna look it up. I know it's a DJ some girl. Let me look it up. It's Jazz Bounce, and he has a YouTube channel. Go give him a follow, girl. It's Mike Cool, DJ Mike Cool. And it's another one called DJ Irresistible. They got some good jazz bounce. Girl, get them a follow. They are so good. I love them. They've been doing their thing on here, y'all. They've been doing their thing. So we get to the Bad and Bougie trip, right? So everybody get, Lord Jesus, everybody get out the car. You know, Gucci Mane brother, Letitia husband out here with the wines, you know, the glass of champagne, inviting everybody in. I feel so bad for Carrie them. So the couples come in, you know, he's saying good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Glenn in, and then, you know, Latrice in there saying, you know, welcome to Bad and Bougie Atlanta. You know, I got you. And Marie say the house is nice. She love the house. She get her some champagne. She say, you all right with me, Glenn? You all right? Because you know what I like. The house is nice, you know. She said Coke in a wine glass. She didn't get no champagne. So Tamara says she see the vibe. She here for it. It's nice, honey. It's gorgeous. So even Selena love it. She say it's so fitting for a pre-wedding celebration, okay? She enjoying the house, right? So everybody, you know, walking in, and then Latrice saying Glendale, a.k.a. Gucci Mane brother / cousin, you know, they all got snacks or whatever when they walk in, you know, and you know, the chef is coming to prepare a meal that they're going to eat. And then Latrice says she got a special guest coming up, you know, to pre-prepare. And she said they're going to turn up tonight. And they say it may be Bad and Bougie, but, you know, they honor Selena and Mike because they're getting married. So everybody was cheering on and everything. So Latrice said, you know, they don't have to, nobody had, Lord, let me take a sip of my drink. This is going to be a mess. Nobody got to pick the room. The rooms are chosen. The room that they gave Carrie and her husband, it's not good. It's not good, y'all. They petty as hell. So their names are on the door. So Carrie says she hoped when Matt arrived from his drive, you know, they could really take some time and reconnect and focus on their relationship. So, you know, Letitia asked how long was Mike going to take to drive to Atlanta from Mississippi. And then, you know, Carrie said, you know, he'll be there in an hour. So he didn't want to ride with her. They still have a little tension after the mama situation. So she say after everything that's been going on with Matt's mom and the restaurant situation, she's on edge. She's like, listen, don't push me. So everybody go upstairs first. And it's so cute. Latrice picks her room, which is a nice master bedroom. Latrice got the best bedroom, okay? And Tamara say, you got the best bedroom in the house? And Selena say, okay, Latrice, now, I know you picked this house, but I didn't know you was going to get the best room in the house. You are not the bride to be, which is, I agree. She say, mm-mm. So then they get to the other room, and it is Marie room. So Tisha and Glenn room is right next to Marie, which is a nice room. And then they say, let's go this way. And so they go downstairs. Selena say, I ain't liking this, baby, because I feel like I'm under the house. I don't like this. So they go down. It's nice. Lord Jesus. So Selena and Mike got the best room downstairs. And hey, Essie. And child, she walked down and was like, okay, all right, I like it. I like what I see. It's nice. It's a master bedroom downstairs. Everything okay. Everything okay. And then Carrie and Matt room is the room with the pull-out couch behind the door in the flat screen TV. It's no closet and no bathroom. Oh, Jesus. And Carrie say, what the fuck? That's a damn lie. And she slammed it. Latrice is falling out on the ground. She say, that's a damn lie. And she's stepping on the paper. She say, what is this cottage? This little thema trema. She say, this is revenge. She say, for the Gulf Coast trip. And it was. And the other room, because they had Latrice and I think Tamara in a bunk beds. And then Carrie say, this right here ain't it. And she say, how Tam get a bed? And she's single. And Tam got a bedroom. And Carrie came and pushed her down. And she say, I thought the Bells was on some rich-ish, but it looks like y'all on some cheap stuff. So Marie said, we done told you about coming for Jackson now. We done told you about coming for Jackson now. And she said, her husband is he got the points at the Marriott, baby. And the points gonna come in handy. He is top tier at the Marriott. I know that's right. Let me tell y'all something. I be telling folks, I say, listen, I don't do the Hilton no more, but you want to tell you what hotels that give you the best points? The Marriott and the Hyatt. I used to say the Hilton, but Hilton, we got a bad vibe right now. Bad, when I tell you the Hyatt too, baby, your points come in handy, baby. I think I didn't even pay that much for my hotel. Really, my hotel when I went to the concert in Houston was a little free because of my points. Yes, baby. Them points come in handy, honey. It's a nice hotel. The Marriott is great, okay? And she say, and she slaying her head, and she say, we're going to be staying at the Marriott, and walked off. And they say, you can't leave, Carrie. Carrie, wait a minute. No, Carrie leaving. So then the ladies go celebrate Selena and Mike, right? They all decided to go out. They went to Atlanta Hottest Club, V12. Good luck. Because I hope y'all went on the night they wasn't showing their tail, and I hope y'all left at a good time. V12 was our chain. And she said that her friend is the owner of the club, and he allowed, them have a spot, have a section to celebrate Selena and Mike. So, they had them stay back because they had a huge surprise for them. So V12 is a very high-end club in Atlanta. I love V12. It's kind of grown, but it's very you know what I'm saying? So it's very kind of like rich favor. You got to have some coin to get up with V12. You got to have a little coin. But then one of the top clubs in Atlanta, because I think it's Saturday night they have something. And if you have a birthday and you live in Atlanta, they have like a birthday thing for whatever your sign is. You get in free. You get in free, but it's a nice club. So, you know, they had some drinks. They had a section upstairs, honey. It's very nice. They had pictures of their face on it. They had candles. They had them a little section upstairs for the party, you know. And is that who I think that is? Oh, that's Vinny Short Self. So they had welcomed them in with their face on the Selena and Mike face with the sparklers. And they had that section upstairs for themselves. So everybody downstairs, because it's a upstairs and downstairs. I think it's like upstairs. So I think they rented that whole club out, if I'm not mistaken. I only went there like once or twice. But it's a dope club. I'll go in. So, you know, Selena was so happy. She said she never walked into a room where it was so much excitement, and she loving it. She's loving all of it. And she said it's one for the book. So then they had the bottle girls come out. They getting ready to run up the tab. They got 3 bottles of champagne. And honey, they were ready to turn up. You know, Latrice said the vibe tonight is to be lit, and she said she never seen it from a collective ever, so she ready to turn up, she ready to get drunk. So everybody popping the champagne bottles, y'all dancing straight Atlanta style. And you know, Letitia say it feels so great to have fun as a collective, and she said that's what it's about. So you know, they pouring up the bubbly, they got the A's, they're having a good time. And Selena said, can we come to Atlanta more often? Oh, sure. Y'all need to start coming to Atlanta more often, girl. It is the party capital of the world to me. Besides that, Atlanta, New Orleans, Tampa used to be Tampa. I need y'all to get back up in y'all scales with the parties. Y'all let that man come in and sit in that seat. It's fun. Y'all got to get him out so y'all can, because let me tell you something. Y'all be having it going down too. Y'all got to get back up top. Like, y'all slipping. New York, California, yeah, they doing great. Tampa, I need y'all to amp it up a little bit. Everybody used to hit Tampa. Everybody used to hit downtown. Y'all got to get that man out so y'all can party again. Because the stuff that's been going on around there, it should not be happening. He done sucked the life out of. Because we had a ball. A ball, okay? So after that night, everybody drinking, they talking. And, you know, Latrice said she want to go around the room with everybody. You know, everybody say how they met Selena and Mike. And Tamara said she knows Selena at least 17 years. And she's super excited. And so happy for her. She a bridesmaid. And then Marie said, you know, she's a genuine sweet soul. She said, congratulations. And Letitia say, Selena, you have always been a beautiful soul. And they can remember the collective came about. She was the first person to text Letitia and say congratulations. And she say, so thank you for being you. And she say she could think of 2 people, more beautiful people that could live happily ever after. She wished them both the best. And then, you know, Selena say the vibe of the night feels so good. She say just listening to everyone support her. Let me say this. Selena's been through a lot. She lost a child. She suffered a stroke. She has, at times, she has, you know, seizures. Selena's been through a lot. She's been through a lot. And watching her grow from dancing dolls, from being a mama that used to they used to get on Diana nerves and all the other moms, but they love Selena and they watched her grow and to see. And I'm surprised. I hope we get to see the ladies of Dancing Dolls. You know, the moms also is at the wedding because they have grown as well. Because they're at her birthday parties, especially Mimi, Kayla's mom. I think to name a few, and majority of the ladies show up. So you know. It's very good to see for her. She needs that. She really does. She just looks so happy, and I love that for her. Cause I have watched her child. She was the bougie mama, and she's still bougie, okay? And you know, she's saying with the sisterhood, and she's thankful to be a part of the group. It's amazing. Excuse Milo, y'all. And it's a great thing. So then they said to the collective, and they gave a cheers. They done ate, child. Carrie says she is wanting to continue to celebrate. Selena and Mike, but in the back of her mind, she got the drama with her husband on the bougie trip, and she said he hope he come to his senses and leave this whole getting a hotel thing behind because it's not the time nor the place. Girl, that little ass room, if y'all don't go get y'all a hotel, I don't think you gonna be comfortable in that bed. I don't think they will be. And so after all of that, they decided to leave. They get in the car. And then Matt, Carrie tells Tamara that Matt is upset and he really got a hotel. And she said she wasn't planning on going to get a hotel. And the fact that he got a hotel for just him, she said, She said she not going. And Tamara said he gonna leave you. She say apparently. So then we get to Matthew and Carrie having an issue, right? So Tamara said, Matt said he getting a hotel, girl. And they said, why? He said, if I had a bed, I'll stay. She said she would have took it for the team, but obviously everybody can't take it for the team. Everybody can't do that. Two people too good. Matt said he drove 6.5 hours to get to Atlanta. He's tired and he feel like he's not being heard. He said it's starting to get on his nerves and he got his wife behind his back and going at him with everybody else. And she said, who would leave their spouse like that? Like, that's just, like, why would he leave her? Why don't you go, Carrie? And then everybody answered it, enjoyed themselves, and they said, yeah, they did, and it was so nice. So Carrie and Matt step off the bus, and Carrie say if Matt truly decides to walk away from her in this house in front of their friends, it's going to make her question where they are in their relationship because he knows she's fragile with everything she's been dealing with the business. And she say it's truly not the time and the place for him to act the way he's acting. And Letitia asked, so you really finna go to hotel for real? And Latrice said, wait, Matthew, you leaving for real? And they was like, yeah. He said, yeah. So he walked up to have a conversation while he leaving. And Selena say she could see, because she don't blame Matt, because if she was in that room, she would have did the same thing and walked right back out the door. And Marie said, we're not children, we're adults. And she said, I wouldn't want to sleep out in a laid out couch either. She said, I'll go to a hotel too. So everybody is agreeing with Matt. And Letitia said she understand where he coming from. She said, but Matt, please take one for the team. She said, be like me. I always have to take one for the team. She said, Matt, just stay. And then Letitia say, what are y'all thoughts about him leaving? And then leaving her and she staying. And Marie said that she feels like Carrie needs to follow her husband. And I agree. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He has a car. They can drive back to the house tomorrow for whatever activities. Make sure they're there in the morning. So I don't understand why she just won't go, hang out with them, drive back. The Marriott probably not that far. And drive back. Because if I'm mistaken where they're at, which I look like one of the cities in Atlanta, that's not far from the damn Marriott. It's really like 5-10 minutes up the street. Like, I lived in Atlanta. I know exactly the location with that big ass house. I know exactly where they at. It is not like they out there in on the south side in a nice big house. They're near everything. So they're near everything. They're not that far. So it's not like you got to go way on the south side, hit I-285 or I-85, hit back on it just to meet everybody. It's not like that. Everything is close. So Glenn said he's trying to be a part of the collective. And Latrice said she feel like as a wife, you always have to follow your husband. But she feels like he should consider how she feels. And Matt kind of dismissed Carrie a lot of times because she knows she really want to stay. And Letitia say, unlike Carrie and Matt, the trip has been really good for Glenn and her. It's like they're reconnecting. Even though she would like to stay down with the group and continue conversation, she said she want to have a little one-on-one with her husband. Letitia say in their room, just her and him. And they go to the room and they go upstairs. And she say, let's go to bed. I am sleepy. So, as they go upstairs, Glenn say he drunk. Letitia getting ready for bed. He tipsy. And Glenn said he feel bad for the pause, and Letitia was like, it's like a whole nother pause. She was like, from all of that, they happy that they're in a good place and reconnecting after they had that big blow up. And Letitia was saying, in it, with situations, and then they showed a clip where he said they can divorce it. She said we can do what we want to do then. And Glenn said he feel bad, and Letitia said she feels bad about breaking up divorce. And he said he let his ego get the best of him. And Letitia saying we threw the divorce word around, and she said we never throw that word around. And she said she felt so bad, and she said she's lowering her guard down after seeing Glenn be open minded and being open to the post-nuptial and meet with his attorney. And she feel like they'll get back to the same page. Now listen, Glenn know he messed up. He's drunk. He's speaking a sober mind. He drunk. He's speaking a sober mind. Letitia should have just let him get a little more drunk. He could have added a whole lot of things to it. Oh, can we go to Buckhead? Can we go to the mall, the Lennox Mall, and get a nice bag? And Letitia say, real talk, she want just a deliverance, to be right. She say, you are my husband. I don't want you to throw around your authority. And she say, don't this what I'm gonna do because I'm your husband. I'm your husband. Gonna do what I'm gonna say do. And she say, come to me like I think from my point of view, this is how I'm not viewing it. And she said, I'll be more open to receiving it and telling me what I need to be doing. Like, instead of you trying to say, I'm the authority, I'm the husband, she's saying, no, come to me and say, listen, baby, my point of view is I don't think that's a good idea. I think that, I feel like I know that's what you want to do, but I'm feeling like that's not a good idea. I don't think that would be a great idea. Instead of him talking to her like she a child or he run the show, that bothers her. She wants him to talk to her like, okay, let's talk. Let's all right, this the best decision. Because he does do too much. He does. And he's listening. And she say just communication so she'll know. And she say, you follow me? He say he get it. And then she say, looking back on how far her and Glenn has come, she see light at the tunnel. And she gave him a hug and a kiss. And she say, but we good right now. We've been good before. She say, we've been good before that. And she say, it's going to last. So Letitia's like, listen, I know it's good now. I know my marriage. I know it can go good and it go bad. So we're going to see how far this going to go. We're going to see how long this going to handle, That's just what she's saying. And, they give each other a good night kiss and they say they're going to bed. And so we get to Matt and Carrie. And then she say, we came here to be part of the group. Like, it's not the best, but it's fine. But, and he said, Matt said, Carrie, you don't have a bed. She really don't. She say, Matt, you act like we ever slept on a fold out before, a couch before, like a pull out couch. She said, to leave our friends, is very rude. And he said, once again, and she say, ain't no once again. He said, once again, we don't have a bed. He said, we don't have a bed. And she say, it's one thing to be bougie, but you taking it over the top. He said, once again, we don't have a bed. Karen say she not used to Matt pushing back, if you want to be honest. She's not used to it. She's saying this whole rigmarole is getting on her nerves. And she said she a woman, people are used to them murmuring and complaining. She said, but Matt, you the man. Why you sitting up here complaining? She said, dude, just get over it. She said, you always got to win. He said, representative. She said, what I got to do be on P's and Q's? He's saying representative. And he said, Carrie, we ain't got to talk about that no more. And she said, well, what about you? He say, I'm good. He say, representative. And she said, why I got to be Why I gotta be on the P's and Q's? She said, you gonna have an attitude? He say representative. So as he on the phone, the automatic thing he and her picking up what she's saying, and while he's talking to her, he say, go and enjoy yourself. He say, go and enjoy yourself, Karen. She say, no, you enjoy yourself. And she say she about to put on her PJ, and she said, I don't know, you could think about it. And so the next morning, Matt did stay. Matt did stay on the pull-out couch. Matt said, oh my God, this is horrible. And he said he decided to stay last night. You know, he said he'll take one for the team. He said he'll give it one night and see how it go. And she said, well, it feel like you giving it to me. That's the part I don't like. And he said, because I'm giving it to you because I don't want it. And she said, why we just can't say we're going to do this together? He said he got a very good room reserved. So he has his room, his hotel room already on standby for him to go to his room at the Marriott the next night. So when he slept out on that pull-out couch, he said his back fell. He was like, it's horrible. And he said he just want to enjoy the trip and he want his wife to enjoy it. And he said he know it's important for her and the Bells to hang out. And for him to allow it to happen, he has to compromise. So that's what he decided to do. She said it feel like they're back in college. So that's why she wanted them to stay, because it's bringing a connection of how they got back together. That was the purpose of him staying, because she said it's given, you know, they were in college with the pull-out couch. He said he ain't never stayed, you know, on a small couch. The couch was bigger. And she said, Matt, sit down and relax. He said this is giving... he getting given claustrophobic. And she said in a way she glad he stayed, but she hate that he made her bring all of that out of her to him to get him to stay. And she said she was really expecting the trip to bring her and Matt closer. And now they back at square one, started where they was at arguing, you know, in the mud. And he said he heard Letitia's cooking. He said, are you going to go help Letitia? And she said she ain't helping Jack. He say, so you sound like I did last night. She say, no, I'm being a team player. He say, no, that's not a team player. He say, what you gonna bring? She say, her appetite. He say, you know what you said. She say, man. And she say she don't have the bandwidth to cook or even do butter and bacon or nothing. She say she just hoping and hopeful that the rest of the day it could go smoothly, no more BS. She say her patience can't be tested because it's been real thin. It's thin. She say it's thin like what's under some of these wigs, but we gonna leave it at that. She said they gonna leave it at that, child. And then Matt say, Letitia, I brought you some help. And she say, good morning. And she say, oh, help. She say, good morning, you welcome. She say, so Matt did stay, you have a happy ending. And she say, child, please, on that little cot. She saying a happy ending of being annoying. And then, you know, Glenn say it should be like y'all so close together, you know. And Carrie say, we can't help but to be uncomfortable. She say, Carrie, help me with the eggs. She say, when the collective need me, we just gonna go talk. So Letitia say, Carrie, don't do that. And Selena say, I smell burnt food. And then Selena say, I know Carrie ain't in the kitchen. And she say, take your hands off the eggs, Carrie. Get your ass out the kitchen. She said, this is not Brittany's room. And so Carrie say, yay, I ain't gotta cook. Selena has kicked out Letitia, and she's kicked out Carrie out the kitchen. She say, what we doing with this little, then she say, that's all the egg, the breakfast, the sausage we got. And she said, yeah, Letitia said, yeah. She said, this on the oil left, Selena. And, you know, she said, this the only oil left. And Letitia said, yeah, I think I got one. She said, so what we gonna do with this? She said, we deep fried the sausage and we got the bacon left. Selena looking like, girl, what? She say you don't add grease to sausage. She say who don't? She say the sausage make its own grease. She said okay now Selena. She say Selena say she say okay now Selena. Selena say you get your ass out this kitchen too. Hey Terry, she say baby you gotta go. The sausage make their own grease. Thank you Terry. She say what the hell is? Why would you deep fry the sausage? Like that's it. Like what? So she say, okay, Selena, here you go. She say, go, go. She say, we can use this for the pancakes. She say, I'm clearing the kitchen. She say, make room for me because Letitia deep frying sausage. She say, honey, this is not chicken. Who deep fries sausages? So Marie come down saying good morning. She say, how much before breakfast is ready? She say, it shouldn't be that long. She say, you want to join me? She say, you the only person I trust out of collective to help cook. She say, I can't trust neither one of them too. And Letitia started laughing. And she say, Marie, she say, you fry sausage. Do you add a lot of oil? She say, this much grease in the sausage. She say, never because sausage make its own grease. And Letitia looking at her like, oh shit. She say, okay, see, that's why I say, she say she been cooking with her grandma since she was 9. So Tamara walk in and say good morning. She said, oh, y'all cooking breakfast? She say, and then Latrice coming down talking about good morning. From the hostess with the mostest is here, child. So everybody in the kitchen, and they say all Bells and Belle man, me and Glendale, your host, we have an amazing day planned for y'all today. They're inviting a husband and wives because Matthew don't want to be around. You know that. They start laughing. And Carrie saying that Matthew don't want to be around Carrie. And Carrie looking like, what? And Latrice them start laughing. And they say they're going to separate. And they say, is the trip is not about Carrie and Matt. And they said a little separation would do them so much justice. And Carrie looking like, what the hell you mean he don't want to be around me? Like, did he say something to y'all? Like, what the hell? And she said that, you know, if the drama, Latrice said, if the drama keep building up, it will ruin Selena and Mike trip. It will ruin it, right? You know, that bachelorette and bachelor weekend. And she said that's not going to happen on her watch and not her dime because, excuse me, she's paid money for it too. So they can keep that drama to themselves. And Latrice... And Tamara say, do you not want to give Matt some time? And then Latrice said, girl, please give Matt some time. Tamara say, do you? And Carrie say, let it be known, do you? She say, what did I do to deserve that? And Letitia said, I mean, you know. And then Carrie said, who go on a couple's trip and associate from their wife for a minute? She say, you know, Latrice was just saying a little joke. He didn't have to go home with it. She say, that's the Karen. And she say, oh, it wasn't a joke. And she said, what I did but be a team player. She said, I'm going to start playing with this team. And Latrice said, what? I'm sorry, Carrie. And Tamara said, Carrie, this weekend it's not about you, girl. It's about Mike and Selena. And she said, no drama. And I agree. So then Carrie said, it always happened like this. He's a Karen. He don't want to stay. And Matt say, she still bring me up. I don't even know why she keep bringing this up. And I stayed. And she say, you know, she say he's still winning and she lose. And he said it's not about winning. And she said, get the Karen loose. And Cliff looking like, what the hell is going on? What's up with these two? She said, get the Karen loose. He said, I don't see a Karen. He say, I see Matt. Glenn say, I see Matt. Like, they like the men, like, we see Matt. We don't see no Karen. And he say, you know, they gonna make it. And, you know, Karen say, I said this last night, Matt is the Christian martyr. And he say, at the end of the day, she just a hater. And she looked at him. And Latrice say, you know what? He say, she sound like a hater. And she say, nobody wants to ever call it a spade. And she say, the spade is you, motherfucker. And that's how she said it. Like, she's upset. And, you know, Letitia say, you see how you be handling him, Carrie? You see how you be talking to him? And she cut in the fruit. And he say, does that sound like love? And Cliff and Glenn talking about that's that crazy love. Nah, that's that toxic. And she couldn't. She say, you know what? And she stabbed the fruit. So Carrie's upset. She said, why y'all cheering this man on? And he was the one that caused all the mess and drama and attention. But there's no care. We're so glad that you stayed. We know so glad that you came. She say, no, it's giving him kudos and all of the applause and everything. She say, you know what, I'm gonna do me. And she feel unappreciated. And she say she literally had enough. And so she went downstairs and they calling her to come back. And 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 Latrice say, what just happened? And Letitia say, Carrie, dead ass serious. And Letitia say, where you going now, Carrie? Carrie. And Tamara said, Cameron, what is going on here? She said, what is happening? And Selena said, what's she storming off of? And Marie said, ooh. She said, the onion to the last of that onion is peeling back, honey. She said, the true Carrie is coming out. And Glenn said he has been, Matt's been supporting Carrie a lot. He said, what he's supposed to do? He said, we all adults here. And he said he feel no need to go after her. He said, why it's not that big and it's not that important. And she's sitting here crying. And he said, we all having a good time cracking jokes. And Latrice said, where Carrie at? She was cutting up some fruit. And she said, Tam, go cover it up. Cut it up. And Tamara said, I'll help my girl cut up. And Latrice said, girl, say, Carrie, And Latrice gave Tamara, the knife. And then Latrice said she is the host of the trip. And she want to make sure everything is good. And she don't want this whole Matthew and Carrie situation to be, just to derail and mess up the whole trip. So she want to go check on Carrie and make sure that she's okay. And, she said, where's Carrie? Where's Care Bear? And she said, what's going on with you and Matthew? And she said she got displaced anger. And Latrice said, you got displaced anger? And Carrie said, probably. She said, I don't know where all this energy coming from. It's so weird because you always so happy-go-lucky. Matt is always so sweet and gentle. And now, they bumping heads. Y'all bumping heads like Latrice and Cliff or Glenn and Letitia when they had their moments. And Carrie say, Treese, she can hear Matt. She don't mind Matt joking and laughing and have a good time, but he gets to do the things I don't get to do. She says she got to wake up to 1 million emails, $100,000, and being questioned about cooking some eggs. And she said she would help Jack. And she said that's annoying to her. She said he gets on her nerves with the whole, if he has a moment to diminish something, he gonna do it. And she said, Trees, the facts of the matter is, everything I do in the matter of things, everything I do it awfully well. And Latrice said, for sure. And she said, but it's like she trying to hold it together. She said the restaurant is really stressing her out. And Latrice said she know. And she said every day is something. She said that's what she's talking about. She said they had 2 buyers, both fell through. She might have to close her store in less than 7 days. And Latrice said, wow. And she said be left with all them bills. She said she literally have to hold it together because, she got to sell it and try to keep from moving. And she got to pay all them she don't want to lose $100,000, which is a lot. And especially now I hear a lot of people saying, well, I don't know why she keep talking about it. Baby, we about to hit a recession. I don't blame her from talking about it. Baby, the economy, baby, everybody look like we close to about to sharing a burger or growing our own food and sitting here making our own meat in about 3.5 seconds. It's bad. And people still talking about, whoa, well, we want to have money to bail ourselves out. Baby, there's people out here probably dying because they don't know if they can pay their health insurance or medication or to eat in their rent. It's bad out here. $100,000 down the drain. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 2 minutes. All right, my bad. I had to get somebody together, the little money. I had to get him relaxed in his bed, y'all. So she's sitting here crying and she was like, can you imagine losing your multi-billion-dollar business? And she's like, everything she been holding in and harboring is coming out right now, in this particular moment on this trip. And she said, and she's shaky, and Latrice is saying, is Matt seeing you through this? And she said he just lolly-dog, like floating through. And she said she don't want him to be stressed, but come up with something, take on some of the pressure, act like you in this with me and not just on the outside. And she said, what is it that your husband want from you? Which Latrice asked, which are you thinking that he wants you to be, more of a, and Karen says she don't know what she want him to be more of. She can't be more of nothing. She's a CEO. That's all she can be. And she drowned in doing that. And she says she's not going to be the cooking wife all he want. And she'll never be that. And she probably never be that. Her life isn't set up to be that. And Latrice said that they've been dating since the 90s. And Carrie said, thank you, Latrice. You've been knowing. And Latrice said, you guys have grown with each other. Do you guys think that you're growing apart now? And Carrie just looked like she don't know. She just don't know. I think it's the stress of the business. I don't think they're growing apart. This is something trying in their marriage, right? You have the mother, right? His mom, she got the property. Let's be honest. Both of their parents are older. They're in their 40s. They're going through certain things in life. Things are changing. They grew through. You just grow through it. And it doesn't hurt to grow with each other. And it's going to be a point where some point, and I've been told this from a married older couple, they say, when you are married and somebody going through a tough time, you have to go through it with them. You have to go through it. No, you can't drop the ball and they come first because you're growing through it with them. Just like if you go through it, they're going through it with you. So it's just a different, that's how it is. It has to be a give and take. Will it be easy? No. Will it be like, okay, well, I think he just want to see, Carrie not be so stressed because he does want to take it off her hands. He feel like he losing money too, but it's a lot. So, that's where we at. And then we leave out with them. And then we have Carrie and Matt having a conversation. Then we have Glenn doing a super surprise. And they had on blindfolds. So the men had their own bachelor parties. The women had their bachelorette, which is cute. And Marie and Carrie going to it. And Selena says she gonna write her vows, and she asked Mike to do his, and he don't want to do his vows. So she's starting to think of things. So we gonna get to that. Now we finna go to the hood. We finna go see where the niggas get out the pen. Okay, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna add this other couple. Hold on, y'all. I gotta add this couple in. Let me turn my phone down. And I'm going to add this couple in because I didn't think this couple was coming, but I had a feeling they was. And I said that when I did the last one. I said we're going to have to try to figure out how to add this couple in because I think they are going to end up showing in the middle of the season. Hold on, let me see. So let's do this. Mm-hmm. I hope it ain't no messy feedback on y'all end. All right, let's get into it, y'all. So we going to Love at the Lockup, honey. We about to see what is going on here. What's going on here? Okay, there you go. Hold on, let me change the background, because when I change the background, I know what's going to pop up. Hold on, y'all. All right, there we go. Ciao. All right, listen. Hey, CC Life, we're getting close to the ending of Love at the Lockup. And baby, it is getting juicier and juicier. And there is, the throuple have been talking about this show and what's going on, child. We are going to get into it, honey. We are going to get into it. Okay, because honey, hold on. Let's see. Okay. So the new clip, I wish I could show y'all what's gonna happen, but there is a meetup and it ends that off, right? So we're gonna go into all these couples, right? And we have talked about Benita and them, but we're gonna go into Benita. It kicks off with Benita and Moo going on a skating trip, and Benita is supposed to bring the children to meet at the skating ring, right? Where Goddess is going to meet the children, right? Why does my background still look the same? Hold on. I don't know why that background is there when I click. Okay. So we're getting into that. Now, they are meeting at the place that he say that, Gigi been on him, and his cousin say, yeah, at the same time as Benita. And so they pick the size of the skates. And he talking about a 13, but he a 9. Come on, Moo, be for real. So Gigi is at home, and she say that she found her thong in the couch, and she been getting busy in the house. And she say she in a blind, she don't know what's going on. And she gonna get to the bottom of it, because Damon be lying. And she said that between him and his cousin house, that's what he said he's staying at. And she said there has been a little rocks in the road. And she's taking some thinking that, that the relationship physically, and she said you don't gotta always go looking and creeping for something, because it's gonna come out. And Gigi say she don't 100% trust him. She say she want to. She say yes, she does, but she say she don't trust no man with a baby mother. And so she say the status of their relationship, she say she don't know, because they've been beefing a lot. And her seeing where he at, he's not telling the truth, not FaceTiming so she can see what he doing, and coming up with lies where she don't believe it. She know it's not right. And then, he want to go to the strip club and celebrate. And she say she ain't got time to do it. She say he acting weird. And she say, they want to figure it out. She say they gonna see later. Hey, Donna. And he's, the cousin asked, how you gonna think you gonna work with both? So he done invited Bonita and Gigi to come. And the cousin asked how he gonna think that's gonna, work. And so he say he gonna have Bonita come and drop Dior off, which is their daughter. And he know Bonita ain't even gonna try to skate, because she don't even want to be there. So he gonna let her leave, and then he gonna have Gigi come, because he want to see Gigi on full skate. And he say he feel like as a man, he need to make sure that his love, is straight, And he talking about him and Gigi, they've been up and down. And him and Bonita, basically stopped dealing with him. Like he trying to fix the situation the best way he know how. And so he's skating, talking about it feel crazy. So Bonita pull up and she say, "You ready to go skating, Didi?" And she say, "Yeah, I know how to skate. I'll keep pushing my daddy." That's what their daughter said. So Bonita cute. And then her daughter, Dior said, "Are you excited to see daddy?" And she said, "Not at all. She's been getting on mommy's nerves." And she said, their relationship, she told her confessional, the producer, she said their relationship is at a weird place right now. She wouldn't consider herself engaged at the moment. And she would consider herself in a complicated relationship. You know, she feel like it's complicated. And she asked Dior who coming again. And she say Pop, Lacey, Zoe, and she say who? So she say her friend Zoe. Zoe is Gigi's daughter. Zoe is Gigi's daughter, I believe. She say her friend. And she say your friend from what school? She say, mm-hmm. And Zoe, she say she gonna be at the skating ring? And she say, I don't know. Zoe is Goddess' daughter, y'all. That's 11 years old. Dior is 6. Zoe is 11. When he tried to cover the bases, he forgot. He forgot one thing. So Bonita says she don't want to have a broken family. She says she got to try to make it work. So she about to go skate and spend some quality time as a family. And she said, I love you. Say, I love you too, baby. She said, but her instinct is telling her something's going on. So she come in and he said they just came in. He was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna take another shot." His cousin talking about get your shot right. And it's so pretty. And he said, "Give her a kiss," and she ran off. And then she said, "What's up?" And he said, "Wifey, you look good." She said, "What you drinking?" And he said, "I smell it." She said, "Cuz, how you feeling?" She said, "Good. Give me a hug." And they asked how I been doing. They said, "All right." She said, "I ain't know you was skating. I thought you was just dropping her off." And so Bonita put the skates on. And so Mumu said he trying to tell Bonita she can leave because he got Gigi coming. And Bonita lace up, put the skates on. And he say Bonita running to Gigi, she might. I feel a lot of people like, well, they friends. I don't think they friends. I said this before. I don't think they friends. But I think they had a conversation. I believe Gigi and Bonita linked up before this day. Yep. I believe they linked up before that day. I really do. As a female, you gonna always figure out what's going on. One thing about us women, you can sit here and try to hide anything as a man, but all we got to do is get two things: that phone and that social media. Your social media gonna tell every damn thing we need to know, baby. We already know what's up. We know because guess what? Who like it and who comments tell everything. That social media and that phone is always a man downfall. So he's saying, he just not gonna say no. If he sees Gigi, she ain't gonna tell what she gonna do. She say, she wanna stay, and seeing everything's good. He say, I want everything to be good between us. And she say, I just want you to be honest. And she say, I told you that she say, I've told you that I feel like you're dealing with somebody until you can prove to me that you're not. Then she don't really know what to say. Yeah, woman's intuition. She say she really don't know what the conversation gonna be. He say like Bonita know everything and got an intuition. I don't know how. So they skating with Dior. Listen, I feel like they had a conversation already. But they just never went. I think Bonita already knew about the daughter. Gigi already knew. They just never contacted each other. But producers gonna sit here and say, hey, Oh, okay. Word of mouth. Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, let me lace up because producers are really messy. Let me lace up then. You might want to lace up. Yeah. Stay a little bit. Yeah. Let's make it juicy. So she say that's what we're supposed to be doing. He's like he feel like it's great that they can hang out and he say she trying to she trying to be our family and hold hands. He say I'm trying to get her to go home. She say he playing too many games. She not gonna lie. She say you want to figure out what he want to do and figure out fast. She say you gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out for you. She say listen, you a smooth talker and you like to talk in circles, but you talking in circles right now. She say you saying you ain't been effing with nobody. She say stop playing with me. She say boy please stop playing with me. He said we can have a clear mind and a clear space and just talk about it tomorrow. He said I just want to show you a few things and tell you a few things. So she pushed past him and skate like nope, I'm staying. She's like no, I'm staying. He said why you going, where you going, why you sliding around? So she go and take the skates off. She said when you come today, she said we don't go outside. She said you don't let me know what you're doing. He asked the cousin to keep an eye on Dior, so his phone started ringing. He going outside. She say, who calling you? Gigi is calling. He say, no. She say, that's the shit right there I be talking about. And she walk off. He say, all right. She say, when I was in the car, who was Dior, who was gonna be in the when we was she said when they was in the car, she asked Dior who was gonna be there skating, and she said Zoe. And his eyes got big. He say Zoe in class or something. He say yeah. She say so. Here's the thing. She say I know every child's name in Dior's class. She said can you tell me who Zoe is? Baby, he got scared and it cut us off right there. So then we go to Kirsten and Brady with his 4-hour pass. He got 4 hours for his pass, y'all. Before he got to go back to the halfway house, she got to go drop her husband off. Her husband that she's trying to make a baby with out here. And she say they're getting ready to check out. She say she not ready to go. He say he's not ready to check out. She got to drive 4 hours to drop him off. And then she say the lady from the Kurt brought the flower, the housekeeper and stuff brought the flowers. He say I see how important them flowers is to you, as Brady said. She say I know, right? And she grabbed the flowers. And she said, you should have remembered. And he said, what? Those your fires. How can I remember? I got them for you. And she said, I get sidetracked. And she said it's the last morning with her husband before she has to drop him off. And she feels like every time she gets him, she has to give him back. Duh. And she's so over it. She said, he asked if she snored. She said, he said last night you were, and he rolled her over. And she got mad at him and said, stay. And he said, you know what, stay over there. She said they didn't necessarily hit a home run, but they did have, they had actual activities in the hotel hallway by the ice machine, honey. So she's trying to get pregnant by Brady really, really quick. And, they had some things they shouldn't. So she said when they got back, the kids were sleeping. It was great in her mind. And, they took the kids to Kobe's. Okay, clock it. Go to Kobe's. Hibachi. Yes, have they been to Hibachi? And she said she haven't taken them to Hibachi. Hibachi. See, the daughter said she wants sushi and stuff like that. And he want fried rice and a side of egg. And she said hibachi. He said, what are you saying to me? What do you mean hibachi? He said, what is hibachi? He said, what is hibachi? Let me say this. I'm gonna say this. Y'all get these men and take them where they never been before. And then when they want to step out, they go take somebody else where you just took them. What's going on here? What's going on here? What is going on? He said, what you mean hibachi? She said, I want the same thing. It's the same thing times two. And they asked were they ready to order. And he said, yeah, get your order. She said, you can have filet mignon and shrimp. It's the same thing times two. She said, read the menu. Girl, Brady, Kristen, he don't understand what that is. Do you not know your man is you trying to get on this camera, make this man look like y'all don't went somewhere? He's that type. He is not that type of man, babe. No offense, he's really not. He's not, baby. He not. That's like you. Nah, babe. Mm-mm. You telling him to get filet mignon and all that. It's that times two. Girl, can you read the menu? Kirsten, he's never been to nothing like that before. When Corey tried to get on and do those type of things, they didn't do it. He's just not that type of guy you're trying to make him to be on this TV screen. Okay? I'm not understanding. Why do you think that he's supposed to know this? So he's saying, thank you. He said he has no idea what's going on and how to order food. He said he don't know if it's something he doing wrong or Kirsten feel like she need to order my food for me. And it's like every time he say he wants something, she order it for him. She does too much. She treat him like he's a child and not her man. So she needs to explain it a little better. That is not the children. Okay? She said, you're going to eat your steak the way a steak should be cooked. She said, you don't eat your steak the way it should be cooked. He said, how? That's how I like my steak cooked. He said, that's how he like it, how you supposed to eat it. And she said, medium rare. Like, he said, I'm not your kid, I'm your husband, and you don't treat me like it, and it's starting to aggravate me. He said, you always tell me what to order. And she's saying, I don't tell you what to order. He said, oh, you most definitely do. He's telling her, like, girl, like, why are you telling me what to get? Because you're paying for it. See, fellas, come sit down. Let me talk to you. As a man, when you don't pay for your food and you give a woman who's willing to pay for it, she's going to tell you what she think you can eat. That's why we say for y'all to be men, because if you pay for the food, she can't tell you nothing. That's just what it is. It's that she gonna feel like, well, I'm paying for it. I ain't making sure he eats it. So yeah, he's gonna get what I want him to have. And that's Kirsten. And some women be like, okay, well, what would you like? All right, well, listen, I'm gonna help you out. This is a new place, such and such. This is how you order it. That's what go with it. No, she paying for it. Kirsten feel like you finna get your money's worth. She wants you to take that back to the halfway house and say, yeah, my wife, me and my wife ate good over here. That's what she wants. I feel like Brady is a show off for her. I don't feel like it's an actual relationship. I feel like he's like how men look at trophy wives. I feel like that's how it is for her. Like, yeah, I want him to get a job. I want him to do this, but I'm going to run a show. Look at my man. Yeah. That's how I feel. She's not, but at the same token, she got somebody that has to lead out of jail. So it's kind of a 50-50 situation. She want a man out of prison to lead her, and she trying to tell him how to lead her instead of showing how to love her. You see what I'm saying? You have to eat it this way. You have to be that way. Like, girl, you knew who that man was when you got with him. He don't know what the hell a hibachi is. He said, what the hell is a hibachi? Why do you keep saying that? He don't know this stuff. You, girl, Brady, no shade. Girl, you with an addict. What do you expect from the addict? Like, I guess you were let in a whole new world. I'm not understanding. So he said it has to be how she views him and, as a husband, as a man, at all the respect level. And he say, he said that's the big issue. She say, sorry, I'm so bossy, you'll get used to it. He said, I won't. He don't like to be bossed around. She wants, let me explain. When Corey sat here on the show, when it first aired, Corey said, listen, he's this, he's that. It's not great living with him. I've been through this. I know the person I have twins with, right? I know who I've been with for a long time. Kirsten wants to form this man into what she think is the best man, because she feels hurt by Corey, who is the mother of his children. She feels upset and she wants to show up Corey. So all it is have paying for her room. All it is taking the kids here and there. And Hibachi is, yes, see what I made out of him? When you had him, he was an addict, girl. But look what he is now. See what I did? That's what she wants to do to Corey. And I'm not, see how I gave him a baby? See how he's working jobs and he's making sure I don't have to work? That's what she wants to put in Corey's face, but Corey's supposed to be her motherfucking friend. And Corey and her homegirls have told her, be careful with Brady. You get too controlling, he does that. You can't control him. But what does Kirsten want to do? Take the reins. So now she finna find out. I hope they come back next season because I'm ready to see this. So she said, you'll get used to it. And he said, I won't. He said he loved Kirsten. He said, but he do believe that a man is the head of the house and she needs to understand that. He said that sometimes she get the vibe that she doesn't fully get that he's trying to be the man of the house. And so he's saying some things I want to bring to your attention. And he put his hand over her face. He said, you like to order food for me, but you treat me like a child sometimes, and I'm not your child. I'm your husband. And Kirsten said she's been living alone for so long and, being able to call the shots and do all the things. He said, I understand that, but think about the things, though, that I said, because those are big issues. And she said she loved him. He said he loved her. And then she said Brady is not at the point yet that she can give up the reins right now. And he said, get in your seat, put your seatbelt on, and y'all knock it off, He said, love you all so much, but, and she said she's always been a one to hold it down. And with Brady, it feels like he want to make his decisions, and it's his decision on the highway, like, but Corey told you, girl, like, she said she don't know about all that. First of all, they both controlling in a sense of way. And she just gonna have to, if you want to be with him, you have to deal with it just like he gonna have to deal with it. They both controlling. And he said he don't know about all of that. She said she don't know about all that. He said that he feels sorry for her because she got to drive all the way back home. And she said she trying not to think about it. So she's heading down to the halfway house. They dropped him off at the halfway house. And, he said, here we are, kids. And the kids asked, why do you have to be in here? And he said, what happens, it's what's happened with, so that's what the little girl said. Now, the little boy know too damn much. He say, it's what happens when you get in trouble. Now, that little boy is something else. And I said it. I think the little boy is something else. But who am I? Okay? And, Kirsten part, and she said she worries about Brady. And she said, why do they have the halfway house in the middle of, like the truck place? She said, they want y'all to relapse, right? If he's been in jail for his charges. Hey, he's been in jail for those charges right there. So he can relapse because he was an addict. And he gets out, he told them he loved them. He said he had a good time. He said he glad they had time, fun. He said he loved them, and he, gave Kirsten a hug, gave the kids a hug. The Ryan said he don't want Brady to leave. Kirsten said he don't want her to leave. And she said the biggest worries that come to her is how long he's going to be in the halfway house. How long, hopefully he can maintain his sobriety and stay sober. And, they scream out the car saying they love him and everything. And she to say she don't think that the drug he was on is in a halfway house like it is, in prison. So, it's easier for him to not relapse. And she really hoped that he could stay sober and keep away from the people in his past, which she's trying to say Corey, but baby, he's a addict, which is what he is on the screen. That is hard. He might have to go to clinics for that. It takes him a while to get fully sober. If he got hooked, that's what. But hey, who am I? Child, so then we go into Cyrus, right? Whew. Child, this man done got her whole house raided. I need Dia to find. Yeah, y'all heard me. That man got her house raided and is back in jail. Dia, you gotta find. And her kids was there. Her folks was there. Dia, you got to find yourself love, baby. I don't know what happened to you when you were younger. I know you became a teen mom, but you gotta love yourself. Cause ain't no way. Not too long ago, this girl house was raided. Don't even know this man. Brought this man around her damn kids. Like, So Cyrus' mother decides not to show up. So they're in Denver, Colorado, and they were staying at a hotel. The kids are there, and then Dia asks the kids, "How does it feels to wake up to Cyrus this morning? How do you guys feel?" She's very male centered, very male centered, and I see what her sister talking about. Very male centered. And the kids said they felt good to wake up to him. And they said that they were happy. And they asked when they're ready to go see, when child, she has her two girls and a boy that are there. She's braiding his hair. And she asked when they're ready to go swimming. My bad. And I had to look at what I wrote. And they said, yeah. So, that she's getting the kids off together in their bathing suits in the morning. And then he asked how did her money go. She said good. And then she said she thinks Cyrus is doing pretty well with the kids. Her little chaos pool. And they're going to the pool before they pack. And, they're going to be home in their own environment. And he said he's still, she think that Cyrus is still adjusting to getting out. And so the kids are swimming on the indoor pool. They have an outdoor and an indoor pool. Because it's, it's Denver. It's still kind of, it's hot, but it's not. This was in spring. Excuse me. So you have it kind of warm. Some days still warm. Some days still cold. So they're in the indoor pool, and then they do a competition with the kids and say that Jade was the fastest, and she said make sure you get out all your energy because we have a long drive. She said we're going home today, and they say they don't want to go home, and so they left out in the middle of the hallway while the kids are in the pool. Why would you leave them cheering unattended? Why would you leave your children unattended, girl? So she said it was so loud, and he was like, he's going to go see his mom, and then he's going to call her before they leave. And then, they're going to pack up and head home and get to see the house. And she said, can't wait. And Cyrus said last night, that he has been approved to Dia's address. And said his mom took it terribly and said that he won't be coming home with her. And she said tomorrow. And she started crying. He said, before I leave, he would like to spend time with his mom. And he said, so tomorrow he could dip off and just be him and his mom. And she said, you're not going to change it. He said, no. And I think his mom knew that if he go with Dia and what happens now, he's back in jail. And that's just exactly what happened. And she wanted to at least be to where he could be on the right road and not back in jail. And, she said she wanted to spend some time with him. So he goes outside and calls his mom. He asks how she's doing, and she says she's not feeling good. And she said she woke up this morning, fevery and achy. And, he said, you probably don't want to do anything today. And she said, no, she's sorry. And he kind of was heartbroken with that. And he said, last night, you told me how disappointed you were that I wasn't going to your house instead of China Wells. He said, so are you upset that I'm leaving? And he said, I feel like I haven't even spent time with you. And she said, no, she's sorry. She's upset. And he said when he was younger, his mom tried very hard, and he never downplayed her in any way. He said, but maybe he had 2 visits with his mother the entire time he was locked up. And he would say it was very lonely. He said that, Dia is important to him. And he say so he don't want any type of grudge going on between the two of them. Well, Cyrus, it might be because of you. And she say, no, it's not, sweetheart. And she said she was a little upset, thinking that they were going to come there and finding out that he wasn't. She said it's just been a roller coaster ride for of emotions, and he understood that. And he said he hasn't really sat down and accepted how he felt. And he told her he loved you, he love her. She said she thanked him for the understanding and she loved him. And they hung up. And then he just started to break down his confessional about his feelings because he didn't see his mom. He said that's why he has a lot of trust issues because of the relationship with his mom. Because she said that she ran a business and she didn't have time. And she'll try to make the time, but the business took all her time. And so he started hanging around people with the wrong crowd, and it went from there. And, Dia comes out and asks him how he is while the children are still in the pool, unoccupied. And, she said that she wasn't going to have lunch. He told her she wasn't going to have lunch with her because she's not feeling good. And Dia said that's really odd, though, especially, that it's his last day and he just got out of prison there. And she, Dia say with his mom changing the plans at the last minute, she doesn't want it to be an issue, like a rivalry of his family against her family and Romeo and Juliet. She want them to be together. And she said, you just got out. She made a big deal. And he said, yeah, whatever. She said she really hoped that Cyrus is able to handle that hurt and disappointment. And Cyrus say their moms right now, he don't even care. Dia mama don't even like him, right? So then we go back to Benita and Damon, okay? So Benita is saying, listen, I know every child in Dior class. She say, so who is Zoe? She say, so can you tell me who is Zoe? She saying, who calling you? She say, answer the call. He's not answering Gigi call. She say, answer the person. She say, boy, please, that's what I'm talking about right there. She say, get the F out of here. He was like, all right, let me slide over to the left. So he slide over to go answer the phone call to Gigi. She said he had to check that number first. So Benita had already peeped it, she said, before he answered it. And she said, yeah, he had to check that number. So then he called Gigi, said hello. He said, how long you gonna be till you get to the skating ring? She said she was gonna drive over there. She said, where you at? He said he getting in the car, he getting ready to get in the go and hop in the car real quick. So he think Benita done walked off. Benita is standing in the cut watching him drive off. You hear what I'm saying? So Gigi say, okay. He said, I love you. She said, love you too. She say she been to his cousin's house. He been to his mama house. She said, Damon got his car back. It's getting heated, y'all. She say his car is not in none of the locations it's supposed to be at. She say he in for a rude awakening. So he said he can't have Gigi come through the front and Benita going through the back. He say it's too messy. He said he got to get out of there ASAP. She say she already in the process of getting everything she need. She say, I just need the proof. She say, so. She say, can you tell me who Zoe is, or is that like a secret? He say, he say, she got a lot of friends. She say, I really want you to think about what you finna say next. And he ain't saying nothing. She say, now it seems like, I value more. She say, I value me more. Meaning she's going to choose herself in this situation. She's not choosing him. She just want that one thing to see what he doing so she can choose herself. And it's a wrap. He say, valuing what? And she looking at him like, okay. He say, valuing what? He say, all right, listen. So she walk away. He trying to grab her. Talking about, can I talk to you for a second? She say, I need you to get up off me. He say, listen, I really want to tell you a few things. She say, walk with me. She say, go ahead and walk and talk with me, but you don't got to touch me. She say, you've been telling me the same thing over and over. She say, I'm tired of hearing it. Show me something. Tell me what you know. She say, you introduced me to somebody. She say, get off of me, bro. She say, get away from me. She say, I'm really irritated. He say, you want to slide on my leg? Slide on my leg, yo. He say, talking about slide on his ride. She said, that's what you want to do so bad. So he keep trying to get in her car. He say, I'm trying to make the best out of what we already got like the past 3 years. No, you're not. You're not trying to make the best out of it. You want your cake and eat it too. You said that. Bonita not stupid. Bonita not nothing to play with. Gigi catching on quick too. So what's your plan? Because him and Gigi still together, but Gigi is sometimes they together and sometimes they not, to be honest. Sometimes they together, sometimes they not. Bonita out here enjoying herself. So, gosh, I'm just waiting till Gigi be like she done too. And he said he not trying to F her over in no type of way. He already love her. And she said she don't trust him. She said love and trust don't go hand in hand. She said, so don't try to make it seem like it's two things the same thing. Like it's not the same. At once, you know. And he was like, can we meet tomorrow and explain everything to you and introduce you to everybody and everything that I got to tell you about? She said, everything and everybody you got to tell me. She said, what do you mean? He said, why you being so passive aggressive? She said, set my effing door. And she called him the B word. And she say, it's her car and to get on the line and tell her what. She says it's her life. Ain't nobody gonna tell her what to do. He talking about, man, he said, Gigi text me, I need Bonita to pull off. So he waiting on Bonita to pull off. So, you know, Bonita said she annoyed with every single thing. She said with him playing, she said she want to go home. And then his stepfather pulled up to him. He told me he gonna wear a turtleneck too. But what pissed me off with this situation is the mama knew. And then what I don't understand with the mama, and I said this, I say the mama watched her son hurt this girl time and time again. And she want to put on this front to Gigi like he the best thing, he's a good man. But your son like to play games. Your son like to play games. Instead of you telling him to stop playing, you're condoning. And you see what he put Bonita through time and time and time again. Time and time and time again. So your son is not the good man like you just sat here and told Goddess. Because you like her. So, when she has my son, your son got to do that for himself. This playboy that he got going on is not going to change till he feel like he ready to change it. He still continue to do it. So she on the phone with Gigi, and she asked where his car was, and he asked where she parked at, and she said at the lot across the street. Now, Bonita is sitting down asking production, what car is this? Guess who pulled up across the street the lot? Gigi. She said that wasn't just there. Who is this? She said these bitches think I'm stupid. So she get out the car with her coat on. She said, you think I'm dumb? I ain't never been that. She said it's a random black car. Pulled into the parking lot. And she felt this weird feeling in the pit of her stomach. Bonita got out. Soon as she saw the car, she said her heart started beating fast. She said, oh, this why he trying to rush me. She said, oh, this why he asked me. I didn't know you was skating. She said everything's starting to piece together and come together. So Bonita go inside. And so she's coming in. He don't see her. And he's telling her where she can go to meet. So Bonita is there. She said, why am I parking right there? He said, because I want you to park closer to my car because I'm going to let you through the back. She said, what am I coming through the back for? So Benita walked back in. She said she not playing. So she see them and she go towards the bathroom. And Gigi say she gonna make a left to the, go to the right. So Benita walking up to Moo, and she walks up to him while he on the phone. She saw him on the phone with Gigi. She say, "You cool?" She said, "I knew I wasn't crazy." She grabbed her daughter. She said she knew she wasn't crazy. She said something say stick around. She make a left, make a right back in that parking lot. She said, "You talking to that B? You talking to that B?" She said, "Take this mic off me and everything." So the lady at the skating counter, she leaning over looking like, oh shit, like she getting her a show. You know what I'm saying? And then the stepdad and the mama looking like, I ain't even know it's gonna go down like that. And she say she done. So then we go back to Michael and Kaylee and they talk things out. So after they little blow up, I don't care too much for them. They have a conversation. Kaylee says she gonna pull up with Michael. She feel upset about last night. She says no resolve and she don't like leaving things unresolved and feeling angry, waking up feeling angry. She say marriage is built off the foundation. She say she don't know what the foundation is right now. So she pulls up and she say her and Mike been fighting nonstop, and she say it's emotionally taxing, and she say it's important that they have a serious conversation where their relationship is going and what they're doing is not working. And Mike comes up and she say it look like you walking better. And he say, he glad that, she had some medicine to help. She saying glad to help. She say, so anything you want to say? He say, I don't think hot sauce should have got thrown at anyone. He say, I definitely don't think I should have got left. And she said, what? And he said, you saying things like, she said, how many dates have you been on? She said, you talk to all of them that way and expect them to say. He said, I usually don't get lied to like that. Michael is full of shit, and I'm so tired of the pick me women in the comments of the love doing lock after lockup show, love doing lockup groups, and on OMFG reality. I'm tired of the pick me women. I'm tired. He is not that good looking. He's hard to look at. Very. So, he talks to Kaylee and say, he definitely did things. She definitely did things wrong. She didn't pay his fine. She didn't do all those things. And she didn't have money saved, but she decided to spend it on herself. And he said, okay. She said, but I don't talk to you the way that you talk to me. And he explains to Kaylee that when he was going to get out, it was going to be an uphill battle each way because they have to navigate the halfway house and getting him back in society and navigate him being selfish and getting himself on his feet and not being able to help out. If you are in her house, she has children. If you're not going to help out, you need to go to your mama's house and stop coming to her house and telling her what she run and you don't pay your bill. That's what I mean by the pick me when it comes to this man. Oh, well, he can't help out, so she supposed to go broke and try to figure out how she gonna feed her children. Arizona ain't crap anyway. I'm not being shady or funny. I'm being honest. Arizona's not the best say cheese. Arizona, there are struggles in Arizona. So why do y'all feel like she's supposed to give up her lifeline to take care of him while she got children to feed? And if he decides to leave her, then what? Like he just did when he was dealing with somebody else when he left her. So I ain't mad at her. He had old girl in the cut because the girl is comfortable. She got her spot now. Old girl was in the cut. He's been doing interviews saying the old girl was in the cut. But they still, oh, Michael's so cute. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? What? Get the fuck out of here. So he's saying it's a lot of things for them to work out, as well as trying to figure each other out and how to build a relationship. And he was saying, she said, you was talking about all the things I did to you. What about last night? Yeah, I left you, but you have a curfew. But should I be considerate? Probably. But should have you not called me my mother? When he knew that was a trigger for her, she should have called him his mama. And he say, maybe not. We need to communicate better. He say, do you still love me? She say, yeah. And she say, yeah, she still love him. He said he loved her too. And they gave each other a kiss and made up. And then he got some for her, and then he gave her ring back. And she thought he was going to pawn something. And she said she can't get to the pawn store. And then they gave each other a hug and a kiss to, make up. She said she don't know where they go from here. But she said she's hopeful. She said hopeful. She's hopefully optimistic. She said she still love him. That's so cute. Okay, so let's go to Charlie. We get to meet Charlie. Old granddaddy Charlie. Where the picture at? Oh, okay. Charlie and Hillary. So Charlie talks to his friends about the love of his life, Hillary. He's on the phone with Hillary. He say he's great. He's hanging out with some friends who at a little club. And he say, she asked him, was he staying sober? He was like, yeah, he's staying sober. He's having him a Sprite. And she said, okay, good. Just making sure it stay that way. He said, yeah, I know. He say, how about you? Say, have you heard anything about your release date, sweetheart? And she say, someone saw my blue folder is in the case manager's office, which means I'm going home. He say, that's good. And he can't wait to see her so they can be hugging and loving and doving in the bedroom. And she said, okay, like, that's it. Like, she's not interested in sleeping with this man. She's not interested with sleeping with Mr. Charlie. I'm just sorry. She says she don't want to rush into things. She really don't want to have any relations until she's married. And she say that she think that they're doing the right thing if they just wait. He said he just gonna go with the flow as long as long as they together forever. And she's in, hey Carrie, and he's in her heart, and she's in his. So Hillary say, yeah, I don't know you like that. I'm not giving you any nookie. Charlie thinking, yeah, I'm gonna bust it open, she's gonna give me the score. Hillary say, slow down. I don't know if I'm gonna like you like that. Somebody say, oh, she gonna break his zebra print heart. Poor TT. Man, he's so hell. So she's in an Oklahoma correctional center, and Hillary say it's been a while since she slept with the man. It's been a while, and she say it's been since she got locked up 3 years ago. And she say when she was in prison, she was born again, and once she get released, she wants to wait till she get married before they have relations. And Charlie say on the phone, keep it tight, keep it right. That's right. He say, I'm here for you, you here for me. And she say, I know, that's one reason I love you. And she say it's something she hasn't told Charlie. She say her first husband still have feelings for her. I knew it was coming. She's still sleeping with that first husband, and Charlie was a pass the time buyer, meaning he only was for her to deal with the past time. That's not so holy, Hillary. So she says that, she still call him once a week, and he sent her $100 once a month, and thinks she should come to Florida to live with him on his yacht. And he say, the lady say, you got 1 minute left, and he's singing, you're my girl. Boy, she finna break this man damn heart. And she say, love you, bye. He say, love you too, bye-bye. He's so happy. And she say she plan on telling Charlie about her ex once she get out. And, at some point when she gets out, And he's talking to his friend. She asks how is Hillary. He say, "Oh, she's doing great. She missing me. I'm missing her. Can't wait to see her get married. It's gonna be a good time." And then the friend told the other friend, being messy, did you know they were getting married? When she gets out, pretty much he's gonna ask her immediately. And then the friend said, "That's pretty quick." He's saying, "We want to make it right with God. I want to make her mine." This is Allie is his friend, right? So Allie not buying it. Allie like, I don't trust her. I know something up. Charlie moved too fast. I know something up with this girl. I can smell it when he walked in the door from talking to her on the phone, through the phone. I smell it. So Charlie say he fast tracking the marriage for Hillary because he wants to be with her and he wants her to be committed to him. And, he don't want the opportunity. He too late for that. For another guy to slide on in. Well, that's a little late, ain't you? You a little late, and he say, so it's all about love. It's true, real love. And that's what counts. And his friends are saying, listen, I think you need to take some time with that, because it sounds like, you got to get to know her first. You can't rush into it. You got to get some chemistry, see how y'all feel, how you rock into the world. And Paul, his friend, say he been married 3 times himself. 3 times. You might listen to the Mr. 3-timer over there, Charlie, because they trying to help you, sir. And 3 charms. He say, she's been married 3 times, and this will be her 3rd time. Basically, he's the lucky charm. And the friend say, "Oh, really?" And the friend asks, "Do you think it's going to be hard to adjust to married life? Anything else?" He said, "Yeah, he's selling his house. That's not his color. Cleanness about his house." He said he know how ladies are. Because the way his house roll. She got to clean this, do that. And so, he say they ask where they gonna get it. He say, the friend say, you're gonna have her get a job when she gets out. He say, yeah, I'm gonna put her to work. So the friend asks, right, his home girl. She say, well, have you found a job since you got fired? Who the hell you marrying, Charlie? What? He say no. And that's not working out. And the friend say being married is, you got to have some finances. How you going to afford a wife? He say being it with women, and women like to spend money on trees, and he's expecting Hillary to get a part-time job. Charlie, what about you? What job are you going to get? He say he's not a millionaire. They're not going to spend like millionaires. When you marry me, your traveling days are over. And Hillary say, me and Charlie don't argue very often, and he can be a little controlling. And so now he want to show a back shot. And she was like, now he wants her to work at Walmart. And she said that's not something she's interested in doing. She said she's so used to not working and not living a normal life. So hopefully that works out. Child, she finna go be with that ex-husband in the yacht, child. Charlie can forget about it. Charlie can stay at the bar lonely. And she finna go be with that ex-husband on the yacht where she got a maid service. She don't really have to clean or cook too much, and life is grand, and she got the credit card and she can go shopping. And Charlie say finances is a big issue, and then his homegirl say you had these conversations with her, I'm assuming. He say, yeah, we talked about money. And he say you still celebrate. And he say she don't know about that. He'll be honest with her when the times come when she come home, You can't tell her everything at once. He say he don't have any secrets that Hillary don't know about but his finances. He say he had an insurance settlement, $200,000. And he say she's not greedy, And the friend say, I hope not. Well, you got a little less than the ex-husband. He say he ain't tell her he got that the money. He say it hasn't came in yet, so it's not an issue. He say it's a matter of time. He say you can't be in it for money. You got to be in it for love. And the friend, his homegirl, say, I hope she's not in it for money because you're not a millionaire. And the friend say he need to sign a prenup with Hillary before we get married. And just to cover himself. And one of them said there's two different worlds right there. He say he's not a rich guy, and she understands that, and he know that she's marrying him for his body. And he said, the friends say, what I know on each, because the producers are talking to the friends. He said they need to get to know each other, because getting married Charlie wanna get some cat. Charlie only celibate because Charlie ain't no telling how long Charlie been celibate to get some cat from Hillary. Hillary ain't having it. Ooh, did I say what I said before, child? He say the prenup, there needs to be a prenup. He say it's meant to be, and his friends looking at him like, yeah, okay. So then we go to Dia house. All right. So let's go to Dia house. We're going back to Dia where Cyrus kicked in her house. Cyrus tell her he feel fat, and she say, why you feel fat? And he said, because I ate them 2 bagels, and and she say, I forgot you ate them 2 bagels. He say he feel, fat. And child, she's cooking egg rolls, and the mother is stopping by her mama's, right? So she say, go get the door while she's cooking egg rolls. And he go gets the door. And it's Dia's mother, Liz. And so Dia mom come in and she say it's been great, and he say it's great, and they've been great. And she say, did you make enough dinner for me too? And she say, sure. And she say she want to address, what happened, while they were out of town 2 days ago. And Liz say that the drinking scares her. Your daughter was drunk as a skunk, the other one. Dia gotta choose better, because the hell. And then, it showed to where Dia and her mom got into it and asked why she don't know why she upset. And her mom said because it's about the kids. And she say it's not, and she say it's not about the kids. And the mom say, oh, it's about Cyrus. Well, obviously, Miss Liz has been about Cyrus. Every man she with, the man, bro, I'm still with how the hell her house got raided and Cyrus went back to jail. And she don't even know this man from a can of motherfucking paint. Her ex-boyfriend, who y'all don't like, that was his roommate. He told her he wasn't, he ain't who she thought he was. She did it anyway, child, moved him right on in. Not out, but in. Not out, but in. In the bed, in the bathroom, the kitchen, the living room, the outside, on the property, okay? So, the mama say, oh, you're going to put Cyrus first? And Dia say the party was for Cyrus, mom. It's for Cyrus. Like, he's having a party, mom. He's having a welcome home party. I know I don't know him. I just been talking to him on the phone and writing him, but he's having a party. And the mama said, put your kids first. Ooh. Jesus. My Lord. And she said, Liz said, I guess my expectations as a mother, I felt that I wanted to talk to him. And she said, okay. She said, and I thought we are going to be in a setting where we could talk and it wouldn't be any drinking. And, Cyrus said, let me say something real quick. And Liz said, can you turn around and look at me? And he said, yeah, okay, I'll turn around and look at you. He said, for me, first impressions mean everything as well. He said, so for that, I apologize. And she said, thank you. And she said, the bottom line is I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk to you and get to know you on the balance of my daughter. and the kids. And she say a balance on a level where there's no drinking, none of that, because the sister was drunk. But really, she wanted to have a conversation. It was the balance of, when I say the balance of that, I added that when I wrote it, because the balance of getting to know him and how he would be around the children. What is his, you know what I'm saying? Like what it is. And so she didn't want him drinking. She didn't want him doing all that stuff. And she say no rugs, no alcohol, no nothing. She say she don't expect respect. She demanded. Girl, that's if he gonna give it to you, ma'am. Like you need to tell your daughter stop having all these men around. Okay, let's start there. That's the respect that needs to be there. And so Dia's looking like, uh-oh. And he say, I mean, you got my full respect. And she said, okay, I just wanted to know what your future and what your goals are. She say, I don't even know why you were in jail. She say, that's what bothers me. She said, I did a background check on Jayden, an extensive background check. And she said she didn't do one on him because she wanted him to tell him since day one. And he said, when I was 17, he said he started doing crazy stuff. He was on rugs. Mama got understanding. She said, okay. She said, really, he got hit with a crime spree. He said it was something crazy like 36 felonies. He said he got most of them dropped. He said when they picked him up, he was strung out. And she said when he was strung out on, he said, yeah. He said he was strung out. And she said, when the last time you had it? He said 7 years sober. And she said, do you crave it? Do you want it? He said, not even a little bit. And he said he confident to say that he won't ever do it again or sell it. And he said he's not going to be an addict no more. And if you think you can be rich out of, selling it, you're going to end up in prison for life or dead on the streets. Exactly what he said. And she said he's not Jayden, Mom. And she said that's what she concerned about, because Jayden played this big old thing. I'm going to be there for the kids. Call me dad, yada, yada. And he walked out the door. Because your damn daughter, Jayden said that it was her. So she went and laid up with Cyrus, who was his roommate in prison. It's your daughter, ma'am. Check your damn daughter. Excuse me. You gotta check Dia at some point in life. She's almost 40 years old. And guess what? Now that Cyrus gone, I guarantee you she finna find somebody else. This crazy as hell. And he finna put you through here to do background checks and all type of stuff. You need to give her an ultimatum at this point. So, Cyrus said they've been together since, they've been talking to the kids. He said he's never inserted himself as dad. And so the little boy done smacked the sister in the head, child, while her mom and Cyrus are talking. He said when he talked to them, they're amazing. It's an instant connection. And, just like it's an instant connection with the daughter. And then the mama said she welcomed him to the family. He asked, could he get a hug? She said, you absolutely can. And Liz say her gut instincts is telling her she kind of feel like he not going to stay. Well, you right. And she said he too young. Well, you got darn right, because her house got raided. Yeah, her house got raided because of this one here. They were looking for him over some charges. Yeah, and he's locked up. No, he didn't stay. He's 24. She's 35. Yeah, she got 3 kids. Mm-hmm. He said he hasn't proven that he's a lawyer dad or committed dad. And she don't see it yet, She said, but if you F up, I'm going to F you up. That's exactly what she said. So then we get back to Kirsten. So Kirsten is asking for some food delivery. Her husband is asking, for some food. Brady asking for her to give him some money so he can get some food delivered because he ain't got no food. She said she's struggling. Now, remind you, She done booked the damn hotel, drove down to Buffalo, booked the hotel room and a hotel room for Corey, and she didn't show up. Then she took him out to hibachi. Then she fed him while he was there. You knew you did not have no money, and now you back home. You talking about you struggling, but then you sitting here trying to one out with Corey. When the baby mama said she want him to try and do better, you act like you had to one up with Corey and try to show the life is better over there. And you over there struggling, but you trying to make a baby. And you a bartender, but you struggling and you want him to get a job. Oh my God, today. These whores. And she said, I hope you get a job. He said, me too, I'm trying. He said the job don't hire anybody, so he gonna be here for the next he gonna be there for the next 2 months if he don't get hired. He's a halfway house, Kirsten. He's a felon. He has a drug charge, a run charge, and a pew charge. It's gonna be a little hard for him to find a job. Plus, he was an addict, babe. So she says she feels like the halfway house is holding him hostage. She said they are holding. He said they are holding me hostage. That's exactly what they're doing. And she say it's been a month since she's seen her husband. And she say it's hard, it's difficult. And she say, what do you do all day? She say she feel like she's there going to work 8 to 4. And he promised me a softer life, and I'm still paying for everything, and it's not any different than being in prison. That's what Corey was trying to tell you, that he's not going to give you a soft life that easy. You got all that stuff to try to rub it in Corey's face, and I'm glad Corey didn't come. Now I'm starting to see, and did all of that to prove a point and make it seem like it was from Brady. So she said the only difference now is it's more cost. And she said she got letters in the mail with how much he owed in child support. They want $35,000 back pay for the twins. And she said that's something they can send you back to prison over. So, they got to start making payments. So now she's going to start making payments of the child support. Children, feeding him, feeding herself, paying her rent, paying her bills. Her mama said, I hope you know what you're doing. He's not like everyone, Mom. He's so great. Yeah, okay. So she said maintaining the child support once he's caught up is one thing. She said, but getting out of the hole, she don't know how they're going to do it. And she said she's getting ready to go to Corey's house. Oh, Lord, excuse me, and have a conversation with her. Because she feels like she put all that effort and all that work to get Corey a room for the kids, and she feels like, she got stood up at the last minute, and she actually wanted to get to the bottom of what's going on. He said, just let it go. And she said, okay. He said, don't start no drama. And she said, okay. She said she won't start any drama. She going over there. She said, bye too quick. So she said she planned a get together for all the kids to have a family time with Brady, and they were canceled on. And now she's on her way to Corey's home when he told her to stay out of it, to profess her love. That's what it is, profess her love. She was like, thank God Remington is okay. You didn't give a fuck about Remington. You gave a fuck about how much you spent that money on. Who told you to do it anyway? They say that she glad that Remington is okay. Everything came back normal. Now that she knows that she's fine, she's just want to make sure that really the reason why they didn't show up. So she drives over to Corey's house, and and she says she really think that, she says she hoped that, Corey's not trying to draw a wedge between them and his kids, and if he don't want to get to the bottom of it, she's going to. So she pulls up to Corey's house and knocks on the door, and Corey lets her in, and she's like, hello. She was like, what are you doing? And Corey said, what are you doing? And Kirsten was like, nothing, I just haven't heard from you in so long. And she said, Corey said, well, you said you wanted to talk to me, so I didn't know what that was about. So they sit at Corey's kitchen table. And, Kirsten say they never really had a relationship, and them not talking isn't normal to her. And Corey said, yeah, and she said it did bother her. Kirsten said it bothered her that she planned everything for the kids and for Brady. And, literally the day of, you message and tell us they not coming. She was blindsided, and she know that Remington was sick and everything. And Corey said, yeah. And she said the sunniness of it makes her feel like it's more to it. So Corey said she wants to stop her. She said Remington and her are not comfortable yet. And she said that she didn't personally feel the need to drive that far to take her kids to where they didn't really want to be. And Kirsten said, well, how are they ever going to be able to open up to their dad? And, it's not given the opportunity. Well, Kirsten, you don't give a damn about your kids and what they don't feel comfortable in, or anybody, unless you're in control of it. But Corey gives a damn about her kids and them being comfortable. Simple. You don't care about your kids not being comfortable. You like, oh yeah, we're going to rally up your kids. It seemed like, to me, I'm not being funny, but it seemed like, yeah, cool, we're going to meet mom's new friend. Corey kids like, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with all that, mom. I ain't in the mood. And I said, I don't think them kids feel comfortable. And the little boy bad as hell, because the little boy was flicking. The little boy was flicking the people off driving by in cars. I don't think they want to play with little Bowan. I don't think they want to play with little Bobo. Simple. They don't know their daddy. They haven't talked to their daddy while they was in jail. They didn't get to visit him. He never called. They don't know what to say. They're 11. He did 5 years. He went when they were 6. He did not talk to them. So hell yeah, they feel uncomfortable. They don't know what they're getting themselves into with their dad. And Corey says she really don't feel like he's had very much contact with them, and since he's been out. And she said he's been gone for a long time, and she feel like a lot of lost time could have been made up by phone calls and text messages. And she feel like he's more concerned between, what's going on between Kirsten and him. You know what I'm saying? And she feel like more than he is about the girls. So, Corey say Brady has actually told Kirsten things that they've been through, but they were not accurate. Like, he said that he took care of their kids most of the time, and told her that he cheated on her, that she cheated on him multiple times. And she said, okay. And she said, I need a drink for this. Do you want a drink? And Kirsten said, she would like one, please. And she said he never had her children. And she said if he didn't have the children, the girlfriends did. And that's what she was trying to tell Kirsten. She didn't want to hear it. And so she said she's not sure what he knows about all of that, but she don't think that anybody should tell her how she should do things when it comes to her children. And Kirsten says she feel like their friendship kind of blurs a little of the line of the co-parenting, where she can talk to him as a friend. And she says she respects that to a certain extent. But when it comes to her kids, like that, she don't think that's anybody's place. And Kirsten says she's the one getting her toes stepped on when it comes to it, because she make all these plans. And granted, it's not about the money. It's Brady. It's like Brady deserved to be a father. Girl, when the fuck? She pissing me off. Brady has not been a father. The girl said in your face, not once, not twice, 3 times, even in the beginning at the bar with her friend, her sister, and your friend, because all of y'all friends, and told you the kids felt some type of way because Brady didn't pick up the damn phone to call them while he was locked up, or even get a thing for them to go visit him. And so, Corey say Brady has been gone for 6 years. And she say, we have a friendship that's fine. But she say she can't allow her to walk in her house and tell her how she should be and do things with her children and their father. And Kirsten say, because they're my stepkids, And she say, and I'm their mother. And Kirsten say, should let myself out? And Corey say you definitely should leave because it's not going anywhere. And so Kirsten say, so where's my keys? And Corey say she's seen him at his worst, and she just seeing Brady coming out after out of addiction. She saw Brady in addiction. She was going into labor. He was addicted to drugs. He made her birthing experience wrong. Everybody's telling her what this man done, and Kirsten act like she don't hear it or see it. And Kirsten say he spent 5 years in prison, and you can't give him a little joy that we would love him to see his kids. And Corey say, I personally didn't put Brady there. He put himself there. Those are my children. She said for her to come over here and to act the way she did, she said she felt like it was very out of line. She said, whenever you're ready to figure it out, it's between you two. Kristen said, I hope you two figuring the F out. She said, on that note, have a good night, and slammed her door after Corey said, okay, you too. Girl. So now we go to the continuation of Benita, Applebaum, Gigi, and Damon. So they at the skating ring, y'all. So Benita see the skating ring, the car, right? So she walks out after she seen him on the phone and took her daughter. So as Moo trying to go talk to her, he asked them to let Gigi in the back, through the back. So Bonita said she done. She said everybody gets sucked the fattest part of her tail because they knew about Gigi, and walks out the door. And the stepdaddy talking about, we don't want no chaos, we just want peace. And she said, leave me alone. I'm so happy that my intuition worked. And so she took the camera down off the dashboard and threw it in the seat. And he asked his mom to go get Gigi from out back. They go get Gigi. So I'm trying to say, y'all talking about y'all don't want chaos and want peace. Why the hell y'all sitting here with all of this? A fool, a mess. So he said he trying to have a good day. And he says Bonita's still sitting there. He say it's crazy. No, it's not. No, it's not. And so he go try to open the car door. Bonita pulls off. And then she speeds off. And Mumu said, what you going on for? So he go take the scooter and try to chase Bonita. So he taking the little scooter thing trying to chase her, man. He talking some dang, yo. So Bonita's riding. And he say, man, she playing with me, yo. So he said she done left me out here. So she done took the car. He said, well, I can follow her. I got her location. So he said she's still around him. So she done pulled off like she leaving. He say, I don't even think I'm caught. I know I'm caught. Like, whoa. He said, if I can't get Bonita out here before Gigi run into Bonita, ain't no telling what's going to happen. So Gigi pulled up with her daughter, giving the mama a hug, talking about hi, and they all this and that. And the stepdad talking about, you ready to skate? Yeah, he say Bonita, she on one of the side blocks. He don't know where she at. He know she around there somewhere. Bonita is across the street looking at him, child. And she saw what she finna go see what she need to see. He say, please be effing for real. He say, I'm on probation. I ain't even trying to do all that for real. He say, I don't even know why you double back. He say, we going in the back. VIP, baby. That's what the stepdaddy say. Y'all so full of shit. We going VIP. Ain't no fucking VIP. It ain't no VIP. They trying to keep his mess under wraps. So Bonita sitting here looking. He go back inside. Bonita parked the car. She say she not doing it. She say she not about to play no game. She a grown ass woman. She say she not gonna play this. She say so what she gonna do is spare herself her dignity. She's going to go home. She not going to embarrass herself and crash out. She say, I seen what I seen. I'm not stupid. She say 1 + 1, you get 3. And she say, I'm not crazy. She say, you don't get 3, you get 2, really. She say, I ain't that crazy. And so the mama say, are you really done with that situation? He said, how you let her walk out like that? And the mama saying, I'm telling you, it happened so fast. He said, I didn't even know she was able to slide down like that. She walked behind me. He said, oh, wait a minute. And they cut the conversation. The mama had to cut the conversation with him because Gigi walked up. The mama fake too. Hey, Gigi girl. Hey, girl. And she telling him she miss him. And the mama talks to him, oh. And he say, hey, Zoe. Say, hey. And say she ain't bashful. Because the mama done been around Zoe. The mama done been around the child. The mama done had her granddaughter around the child when Bonita didn't even know it. That's some grimy ass shit. So they gonna put their skates on, and then the mama say, you need to make your decision because this is too much. One pulling off and one pulling up. She say it's getting too messy. You gotta figure this out. So, Gigi and her daughter go skate, and she say she ain't racing, and they just skating and having fun. And Mumu say he trying to get things, situated because between him and Bonita, he say, hold on, let's turn this way. She say, why you looking around? He say, I gotta watch my back. She said, all right, go ahead. And he say he's not trying to do, be with Bonita and Gigi. He said he's trying to introduce them to each other and live under one household and have a poly relationship. And the mama saying, is that right? And he said, yeah, that's what I want to do. She said, well, I'm just saying you wasn't raised like that. She said, your stepfather and I raised you better than that. You have to make some choices. You should have been said that, Miss Nikita. You a nice looking lady, but you should have been said that, ma'am, because he really been playing this whole thing. So he said, I don't want to be a family like this and that, She said, well, have Gigi or Bonita giving you any idea that that's what they wanted and interested in your plan and what you want to do? And he said, no. No, they didn't. He said, I shot my shot at Bonita. He said, I tried to tell her, but she get the flipping out. She said, so you think y'all going to be one big happy family? And he said, yeah, I thought about it. He said, but I ain't gonna lie, my plan ain't what I thought it was. She said, yeah. And so Dior is skating with Gigi. And then, the mama saying, what happened today, earlier son, is becoming too much. And she said she feel like she in the middle of this because you got to finish what you started and made some decisions. He said, all right. She says, this conversation can take place today. And he looking like, what? So Gigi come up and say, come on, get up and get on this floor. And she said, what you eat? And skate for 5 minutes. And so he put his glasses on in case he fall, child. So she talk about teach him how to skate. And the mama standing there like, oh my goodness. And she say, look at him. He had like nothing ain't going on. She say, I don't even think what he think the end result gonna be. So everybody's skating. But she say it don't make sense to her. She say, she thought they were supposed to meet at 3 and what time they got there. And say that they got there right before him. And the mama say she can't do it. It's too much. And she said the conversation can take place today. And if not, the mama finna say something. Child, they exchanging I loves yous and all of that. Child, so that's the end of that. But on the next episode, Bonita come back in and splash water in his face. Gigi say she loves it. And Gigi say, hey, Bonita. Bonita say, hey, Gigi. He looking like, what? Baby, when I tell you Gigi pulled off in that car with Bonita, baby, it was nothing else for him to say, honey. I say, I know that's right, period. Oh, it's scripted. They know each other. Regardless of what they know, they played that shit right. I ain't even mad. I know that's right. I told y'all they know how to make a grand entrance. Let me see if I can find with Dia, and then we finna go to bed. I'm finna go to bed. I told y'all they were gonna make an entrance. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna play it. I wish I could play the audio for y'all to hear it. But yeah, Dia house got raided. And she embarrassed, I know. Okay, so she says it. Let me go to the sister say it. Hold on, let me go to the sister page. Let me show y'all. And then I'm finna get on off of here, y'all. What up, y'all?
Look, I know I ain't posted ish, but I'm trying to post some ish now, and I'm actually trying to convince my sister to do a live with me later, a little Q&A sesh. So drop them questions below because I know y'all got them. We're gonna look at them, discuss, and see if we want to answer them. We got some NDAs involved still, but yeah, let's convince her. Hit the
Now,
questions down below. What up, y'all?
pause. Somebody say, is he back in jail? Yes. Can Dia discuss her prior arrest that Sarcasm reported on? Definitely going to address it. Let me go to Dia page.
Hey everyone,
This is crazy.
Boyfriends and girlfriends are gonna come and go,
She
but
hasn't
this
post much. Let me go to the sister
What
page.
up, y'all? Look,
Um, child.
hey everyone. So I just wanted to address a comment that I had.
Let me see if I can find it. But yeah.
You want him? You know him? No, it's not him, baby. Your man? He has no accountability. Hi. Hi. How are you? I've been better. I really do love both of y'all. I'm gonna the best tonight.
I think they been had a thing going on. Hold on, let me see if we can do it like this. So her house got raided. Let me see if I can pull it up.
So in episode 6, we see Daya and Cyrus. And we see that Cyrus is starting off the episode with giving himself a shape up. Do y'all see that man's hairline?
I'm done. Okay, anyway, I'm finna end it. If I find it, we'll talk about it. I'm gonna send it to myself. I want to thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow, the trial for David has started, and we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. The details are gruesome, so I want you guys to be prepared. I want you guys to come in tomorrow. It's very gruesome. David the singer trial has started as of yesterday or today, and we're going to talk about it. They did have some pictures of that poor baby body, and it's going to be appearing until advisory. I'm going to try to put all that in the caption, try to figure out how to do it, or put it in the comments for sensitivity. I will see you guys in the morning. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all. And don't be with no men in jail. Don't meet them in jail. Bye.